Hello, and greetings to you. I am Shoshana, and today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading for you. And I haven't set nothing up because I want to do a little chat. So I'm doing an all signs collective reading today. All signs does not mean that I'm going to talk about every single sign individually. It means I'm doing all signs in one video. What is everybody going through as a collective? There's always similarities. There's always differences. No matter what, this is going to be just a collective reading for spiritual entertainment, and it's not to be taken literal or serious. If it does not feel accurate or if it doesn't feel right, it simply means that it's not your story today. I pick up on the energy of the loudest collective storyline. Sometimes I pick up love situations, sometimes I don't. My channel mainly focuses on spiritual development, intuitive astrology, energy scanning and diagnosing, relapse prevention, and Taoism, ASMR. Those are all the little things that my channel focuses on. So hopefully everybody's having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful sunset, a wonderful evening, nice and cozy, counting your blessings. So today we're going to do 3 piles. I'm so excited, and I'm letting you in on behind the scenes. So we're going to do a little bit of some ASMR while I get each pile going. Ooh, we already have these cards showing quite the enthusiasm. I also want to mention that during this reading, as we go along, I will be doing a healing for everybody watching that is going to focus on energetic digestion, bruising. I like to scan the collective to see what is the collective going through. What are the health issues? And the biggest health issue that I found scanning the collective was stomach bruises, stomach bruising, digestive bruises, and energetic bruises, as well as physical for those people who have more serious conditions. The topic of the day is going to be digestion. So we are being fed poison. I don't know what country you are in, but the country that I am in, they are cursing food. They are cursing food establishments. And those places spread and they go international. You end up finding McDonald's in third world countries. You find McDonald's everywhere. Did you know that even in Papua New Guinea, they want to open a McDonald's? So they are feeding us poison. We have to be careful about what we are ingesting, because the same thing that is causing the elephants to go extinct is also affecting humanity, and that is plastics. Microplastics have been found in the digestive tracts. It has even been found in semen. And these nanoparticles, Morgellons, nanotechnology, microplastics, synthetic food is causing these physical and energetic bruises in the stomach and the whole digestive tract. You have to understand that what you eat stays in your body for 3 days. It stays in there for 72 hours. So whatever you put in is going to be in there for 3 days. And that includes substance. That includes alcohol. Alcohol stays in your system for 72 hours. And it stays in your hair follicles for, I believe, 3 months. So all this synthetic food has caused this bruising, and once we start getting into the reading and I'm able to focus, we are going to begin, because right now I'm gonna have to pause the video when I'm finished with this piling to grab a pillow, because I feel really low on my chair and I need a little more comfort so that I am relaxed with you. You know what? I might even just do that now. Just 1 second. All right. There are many documentaries that you can watch that talk about synthetic food creation. I will give you a list of foods that they are making synthetic forms. We have raw meat. Raw meat has been replicated to look extremely similar. It involves glue and fat. We have bone marrow. Bone marrow has been made an artificial form, where they take an artificial mold of bone marrow and then they inject it with fat so that it actually tastes like meat. So they're beef jerky. They're making molds of beef jerky that is synthetic meat. They add flavoring, noodles, ramen, octopus, squid, calamari, eggs, hard-shelled eggs. Yes. So just yesterday, I heard about a case where they found synthetic eggs, and the synthetic eggs, they were purposely putting bird poop on the synthetic egg so that people would be convinced that it was a real egg. Tofu, crab. So you know how in the middle of the crab there's the roe, is that what they call it? There's like this bitter flavor in crab right in the middle that some people really have a taste for. Well, they also made synthetic crab, and they take real roe and they inject real roe, or that real gut bitter flavor, into a fake crab so that nobody would ever question it. So just imagine how many times we have eaten synthetic food, and this is why so many people have digestive issues. A lot of the food companies that put that label in there are not being honest. Just because it's there. Just because it's there, it doesn't mean anything. I was also watching that organic labeling. You will see a fruit say organic seedless fruit. How does that make any sense? Can someone please tell me how that makes any sense? An organic seedless fruit. We're almost done with the piles here. So we can begin the reading for each pile. And if you feel connected to all of the above, there's nothing wrong with that. Avoid plastic bottles, avoid plastic water, drinking from plastic bottles. Stop buying plastic laundry detergent bottles. Those laundry detergent bottles are not recycled. They cannot be recycled because of the chemicals in them. There are laundry detergent sheets. Laundry detergent sheets that work pretty well. Okay, we have finished finally. So I want you to take a real good look at each pile. So the first pile is right here, and this is going to be purple, green Flourite. This here is the yellow Calcite. This here is the titanium magnet. And go ahead and pick whatever pile that you feel most drawn to. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3? Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with the reading. I'm going to put the 2 little piles to the side, and we're going to start with our group that chose this stone. I'm wondering in what order I should begin with this group. Let's start with our traditional medicine card. And we have new beginnings. You needing to make new beginnings. Right now, you are not happy. You're not happy with the way that life is going right now, and it is your responsibility to move energy. It is your responsibility to shift. It is your responsibility to upgrade and update your mental psyche program, your subconscious, your higher consciousness, your ability to create that which you believe would truly make you happy. Right now, I don't even think that you have figured that out yet. You just know that there's this sense of feeling divinely discontent. So it's important for you to diagnose what it is. What is it? What is happiness? What is happiness? What would make you happy? For some of you, you already know what that is. And how can you take full responsibility for doing it? We cannot wait on other people. We cannot wait for support, especially if what we are passionate about is odd or whimsical, or people just are not ready for it. Upgrading your mental software. Are you kidding me right now? This is exactly what we were just talking about. So this is something that has to go on in a mental shift. Just like computers need an upgrade, just how computers need to upgrade the mental software, that is what you are going to have to do with your mind. Right now, it seems that you are playing this mind game with yourself, where you're kind of in denial and you're just kind of playing the blame game. You're just kind of blaming other people because you're unhappy, but instead you have to take the time to be by yourself, home alone, and really think, what is that thing that would make you happy, and why, what is it with the excuses? What is it with this sense of lack, this mentality of lack? Sometimes people can discourage themselves because there's so many obstacles, where you just think that something just might be impossible no matter what. You just feel like it's just a fantasy. And there's always a way. There's always a way. That's what I want to tell you. There's always a way. There's mental backup going on in your mind. You're just kind of backed up. You need to take memories that don't serve you and remove them. Me, for example, you have to sacrifice something for something. You can't have it all, right? You can't have it all. And I sacrificed my short-term memory. So everyone, just like PS4 games or computers, you have your memory. You have your memory. And there's only so much that you could put in there before the storage gets full. So I will sacrifice my short-term memory for my long-term memory, because my long-term memory is more important to me. I want to keep those. I want to keep the wisdom that I gained from those long-term memories. So I won't remember something I said 5 minutes ago, but I will remember something that happened 15 years ago in full detail. With you, you need to remove energy and memories that they're just junk files in your mental software. Let's move on. We have pursuing harmony, approaching everything with moderation, avoid being obsessive. You will know when things are out of balance. Pause now and amend your strategy. So this is a little bit about what we were talking about, where you're kind of doing the blame game. You know, if there's someone that you can't stand, find a way to not live with them. We can't complain about things that we're doing nothing about. And in this situation, I feel like you're not doing anything to pursue not only harmony, but pursue what your fantasy. Let's just say your fantasy. Why is your fantasy just a fantasy? Why can't your fantasy come true? We have the thinking man. So we have someone that is thinking about you. We have someone that might have mutual feelings towards you. We have the magician and the mirror. This person is trying to manifest you in their life. So whatever you're not satisfied with, you can do together. Where can you find a harmonious balance between you and your person? Your person, the roles could be reversed. If you feel more connected towards your person than you, that's normal. Your person is very good at just snapping their fingers and manifesting that which they want. Your person is highly intuitive. Your person is highly spiritual. Your person is very unconditionally loving. They understand the concept. A lot of people don't understand the concept of unconditional love. They just don't. And the person that you're dealing with does. Colors that you need to incorporate more in your life. We have activating your healing power. We have this beautiful color blue. Using your healing power, activating your healing power to heal the situation, to heal yourself, to heal your union together. Very, very beautiful card. Activating your healing power, being gentle with yourself, being compassionate over the entire situation. Society has everybody beating themselves up. Society has everybody wrapped up around their finger, and we have to unravel ourselves and say, no, I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to get lost. So, for all of the people today, for the health issues, being more aware of what you're eating has a lot, if not everything, to do with how you feel. The health of your gut goes hand in hand with how you're feeling, whether you're feeling motivated, whether you're happy. There's no reason why people shouldn't be happy. There's no reason why people can't be activating their healing powers. We have calming your mind, body, and soul using this beautiful color emerald. Look how beautiful they look right next to each other. And then we have establish boundaries. So go ahead and close your eyes. And say, dear soul, mind, and body of my digestive system, of my stomach lining, show me where there's the bruises. Show me the energetic bruises. Show me why those energetic bruises are there. For each individual person, your system will tell you different things. For some of you, it's too much sugar. For some of you, it's needing to stay away from alcohol. For some of you, it's needing to stay away from caffeine. For some of you, it's bread. Some people are gluten intolerant or a celiacs or have similar conditions of inflammation. And all of this inflammation is caused by the microplastics and synthetic foods that we have to discern between, we have to scan. I highly recommend a 3-day fast where you have just water for 3 days. If that is too difficult, having just liquids for 3 days, smoothies, probiotics, probiotic yogurts, broths for 3 days, and taking for consideration what is truly going on in your digestive system. For people who are having serious issues where they feel like their gut is in control and they cannot stop themselves and they have to have a lot of sugar or a lot of cake or a lot of bread, beer drinkers are prone to that. When you drink alcohol, you are killing the healthy bacteria in your digestive system, and the negative bacteria is able to grow. And that's why people feel hungover, because you have robbed your nutrients. You've robbed your body of all of its nutrients, and it takes time to restore and replenish that. The problem with society is that people don't know how to get grounded and have a conversation with each individual organ. When we stuff food down our throats, whether that's soda or pizza or burgers or hot dogs, when do we take the time to ask our bodies if that's what our bodies need? just by seeing the bruises, just by looking at them. You send them love. You send them these lights, emerald and blue. Different colors can be used at different times. But for now, these are the colors that are wanting to be used. This one is about grounding, brown, and establish boundaries. When you don't establish boundaries, you overuse your adrenaline glands by having to defend yourself because you put yourself in positions where you should have said no. When you are not grounded, when you don't take the time to just sit still and get grounded and listen to your body and listen to your breathing, it takes a toll on the adrenal glands. It takes a toll on having an appetite at all. It takes a toll on all of that. Thank you so much for watching Group 1. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the second group, which was and is the yellow calcite group. You got 2 medicine cards. The people who chose this beautiful stone. I wish I could wear this because it's so beautiful, but it's so, can you imagine? Like, I have tried to wrap stones this big so many times with sterling silver, and it's just so heavy it always ends up unwrapping itself. Okay, so you got 2 medicine cards. The first one, we have the old woman sorceress. You need to listen to your intuition. You are listening too much to Google, modern society, social media, what your friend says, what your mom says. There's something that you feel differently about. There's something that you feel should have never been mandated. And it's time for you to honor your intuition, especially when it tells you that you're the only one in your immediate surroundings or in your town or in your state or in your country that understands something. There's nothing wrong with that, because some of you are questioning your intuition. You think that your intuition is wrong because the majority say it's wrong. But this is your life. This is your life. This is your body. And if your intuition tells you that you need to stay away from a certain concept, then follow that. The second medicine card that you have, one more thing I want to mention. Also be on guard. Be on guard because it seems like there's people that are going to want to harass you or stalk you. And it's like you already know that they're coming. You already know that they're on their way. So just be on guard because there is stalking vibes of some sort. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic a romantic stalker, a toxic stalker. It can just be family members or neighbors or just a group of people. Sometimes your own family members can stalk you. And then we have the Tree of Life. So stop comparing yourself. You are constantly comparing yourself with other people's progress, other people's success, other people's this, other people that. You feel insecure. You feel inadequate. This card represents that when it comes down to it, humanity is humanity. We are like these beautiful, luscious green leaves. And then one day we wither away. We wither off the branch of the tree. That dead leaf goes on the soil. The soil becomes the nutrient. Those nutrients give the tree what it needs to continue going on again and again. There's no need to compare yourself. The problem with social media is that everybody thinks that everybody's okay just because they have a social media. You know what I mean? It's like, just because you see a happy married couple does not mean that they're a happy married couple. Just because somebody posts a picture of their happy wedding, it doesn't mean that one of them or both of them are not dating other people on the side. It's very silly for you to compare your journey with other people. In fact, the more different you feel, your journey or spiritual path is, the better. Because that means that you're not so uniform. It means you're different and unique. You're not just something else to follow the herd. So those are the medicine cards that you got. And we have being your own best friend. So I feel that a lot of you feel that you cannot depend on anybody. You cannot rely on anybody. Whenever you really, really, really needed somebody, they weren't there. And if they are there, they don't feel present, or they don't give you emotional support, and you're just tired of always asking people for favors that they can never do, the simplest things. And then you don't even want it anymore because you had to ask. And just the fact that you had to ask makes you feel emotionally neglected. So be your own best friend. There's nothing wrong with being your own best friend for how many years it takes for you to find someone worthy enough to be called a best friend. For your Taoist card, we have knowing that you are safe. This is the Huan Yin card. I bring you light, I bring you hope. I fill my vase with fears and worries and release them to the ocean. All is well. So whatever you have anxiety about, whatever you have worry about, know that you are safe. If you are having a hard time moving, let's say you've been looking for years or months and you're feeling really discouraged about being blocked under a certain amount of circumstances. The reason why that is because you are safe where you are now, and you're not going to see it until later. Because of the international circumstances that we are in, there's going to be more restrictions in certain places. There's going to be more limits. There's going to be more housing crisis. So sometimes when we feel trapped or in isolation, we get mad at Source and we say, why are you isolating me? Why are you blocking me? Why are you delaying everything for me? It's for your own safety. At this time, it's for your own safety, because you are being redirected. You are being trained. So if you feel blocked, sometimes it's because you are in training. Things function in seasons. Ego wants things right here, right now. But things have to happen in seasons. And if you feel any kind of block, it's because it is not a rejection. It is a redirection from Source. and it will serve you later on. And later on you will see, oh wow, if I would have done that, that would have happened. I'm so glad that didn't happen. So sometimes delays, believe it or not, work for you. When you're on the right path, even negative things work for you. When you're on the wrong path, everything falls apart. When you're on the right path, everything should benefit you. If things are not benefiting you with this or that or this or that, then there's something that you're doing wrong that you have to modify, that you have to do an adjustment for, so that you are getting the benefit that you should be getting. So even if you're on the right path and there is a delay, that delay is there to serve you. Blockages, people being taken away from you, divorces, let them happen. There's only so much that we can do. We have, we can do all this kind of energy work. But then with energy work, there's a line. There's a line where it's energy work, ego, wanting to manipulate. Energy work, lower energy work where it goes towards manipulation, because there's that line that people just have to cross. If you don't cross that line and you just focus on your own energy work, life does the rest, and it kind of brings back whatever you're working on. There's like this flow. So there's no need for you to feel fear and worry. It's necessary for you to release them. Think about the ocean. Think about releasing all of your fears and your worries to the ocean. Every time you inhale, it's the ocean going further into the sea. You exhale. You exhale all the negative worries and thoughts. And you listen to the sounds of your inhaling and exhaling. And every time you exhale, it's the water waves crashing into the coast. And you just imagine the whole process. Every time you inhale this new perspective. That all is well. You got another card, a Wisdom of the Tao card. Something difficult might be ahead of you. Circumvent this obstacle if possible. If not, confront it with confidence and determination. Regardless of the outcome, you will grow from the experience. Be cautious of the energy from the north and keep a low profile. So this is what we were just discussing. This is what we were just discussing of anything that you feel is like a tragic or a catastrophe or a tower moment, as they call it. Let it fall. Let that tower fall, and you will see. You will see what good will come from that tower falling that you can't see right now because the tower is still up and it's about to fall. And then let the time go by, but don't overreact when it happens. Don't overreact. Don't respond, is the best way that I can put that. We have working on your digestion, exactly what we were talking about. So let's go ahead and do this now. Dear soul, mind, and body of my stomach, of my digestive system, of my digestive lining, my stomach lining, please show me all of the energetic bruises in this group. Please tell each particular person what foods are causing these bruises. I highly recommend detoxing, water fasting from certain foods, and see how you feel. The first couple of days are going to be very difficult. I cannot believe that I forgot to tell the first group that if you're having a serious issue, you want to take diatomaceous food grade, diatomaceous earth in white powder form. You mix it with water and you include that in your diet every other day. The diatomaceous earth, the diatomaceous food grade earth, eliminates unwanted parasites from your digestive system. For those of you who are having issues with Morgellons, for example, by simply looking at the bruises, we're softening them up, softening the lining, smoothing the lining, lubricating the lining. Every single day, I want you to have a conversation with your gut. And you will see that the negative parasites, if there are any, that are in your digestive system or in your stomach will lie to you. And you have to be able to take control over your gut and say, no, I'm not going to give you cake. I'm not going to give you bread. I'm not going to give you bread and butter. I'm not going to buy a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. I'm not going to go eat junk food. Because your gut will lie to you and tell you that it needs this, that it needs that, and it needs this, and it needs that. And it's not your digestive system doing that. It's not your stomach doing that. It is the negative bacteria and the negative parasites, negative entities associated with corrupted food, food that has been tampered intentionally to cause bodily harm. A lot of the foods in America are banned in other countries. Okay. And we have citrine. Lighten up. You need to lighten up those emotions. Lighten up those emotions and have some fun. You are too serious. You need to go to the playground on a sunny day and get on the swing and jump off. Go to the ocean, turn your back for a couple seconds and let that water gobble you up and flip you all over the place. Not literally, but you know what I mean. You need to be tossed around. You are too tense and serious. We also have rose quartz, being more compassionate towards yourself and the innocent aspects of yourself. You're not giving the innocent aspects of yourself enough attention. Colors that you need to work on. We have violet, creating a balanced life. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite colors to work with. There's different colors that I like to work on depending on different times, but for you and this group, you are being asked to use violet. You can use the color violet, the fire, the violet fire, the violet consuming flame. You visualize a violet flame like fire. burning through all the negativity in your digestive tract and digestive system and stomach. Being gentle with the lining, adding some crimson color to the lining. Adding some gold to shield your digestive system from further damage. You can even put a reminding system that lets you know we're taking care of our digestive system. We're taking care of our stomach, because it's so easy to forget, right? We also have jade, taking action. Where in your life do you need to take action? Where in your life are you procrastinating and postponing and rain checking something that you should already be working on and creating? When our digestive system or our stomach is not well, you have no motivation. When you heal the stomach, when you heal the digestive system, you regain motivation, you reset the brain, you reset the cells, you allow the cells to heal themselves. When we're constantly feeding and feeding and feeding, we're causing backups. And that's why so many people are having a hard time losing weight, because the food that they're eating is not even real food, it's synthetic fibers. Those are all the messages that I have for you, group number 2. Now we're going to move on to group number 3. Hello, hello, group number 3. This is the beautiful magnetic titanium. Let's go ahead and start with the very first card. The first card that we have the West Black as your medicine card. This is all about meditating. You are not meditating enough. For those of you that are meditating, you need to work on improving your meditations, improving on the visualizations, improving what you do when you're meditating. Give me 1 second. I have to stretch my leg. All right, my leg was falling asleep. I had to stretch it out. Okay, so needing to improve your meditating, whatever meditating methods you're doing, working on teleporting. For those of you who are already really good at meditating, this is about working on teleporting. A lot of people in the world are unhappy with their living situation. They're unhappy with where they live. They're unhappy with their circumstances. And when you meditate, you are liberating yourself from your prison. And maybe there's a group of you that needs to be reminded that just because you feel like you are in a prison or you feel like you are in a cage does not mean that you cannot liberate yourself immediately through meditation. If you're not able to do so, and you have to wait for everybody, all your roommates, to go to sleep at night, then you meditate at night when everybody is asleep, and you disappear, and you go wherever you please. The power of the mind does not get enough attention. Expressing the ocean of your emotion. Who do you need to do that to? Your person has no idea how you feel because you've not expressed yourself. You have not expressed the ocean of your emotion. is a flood. This is your feelings towards someone. You are a bit scared because you're madly in love with someone. You're madly in love with someone in a manner that you've never been in love with before. And you have not expressed yourself to them, and that is creating problems for you. Very silly, unnecessary problems. We have pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. So this is a double of you needing to express yourself times 2. You needing to tell the person how you feel so that it can flower. What you're doing right now is not allowing a plant to grow. It's like you're watering this little pot with the seed, but you're blocking it from the sun. It's like you have this little pot with the seed in the closet and you're watering it so it's kind of surviving, it's not dying, but you're not allowing it to have sun, and the sun is the expression of your emotions. Your Taoist card, we have you are aligned with the will of the heavens, the way of the earth, and the harmony of the people. Ride the tailwinds and welcome the generosity and abundance around you. Whatever you are doing is advantageous. So this is my favorite card of the entire deck. Whenever you receive this card, it means that you're doing everything right. You're living according to the will of the heavens. So why are you selling yourself short? Why are you settling for less than you deserve? Some of you are feeling brokenhearted. Again, these are just collective little group readings. So if something doesn't resonate, it's just not your story this time. Maybe next time. Some of you are feeling brokenhearted. What I feel is that you're breaking your own heart. I feel that you're breaking your own heart by not expressing yourself. Because whoever you need to express yourself to needs to know how you feel so that the flowers can grow. Your person is waiting for you to express yourself. They have a clue. They have a clue of how you feel, but they don't know how you feel to the extent that you would like to express. And if you express yourself, you won't feel brokenhearted anymore, is what I feel for this group. Let's see. Let's do Carnelian, okay? So you are another group that needs to lighten up. You are living your life too seriously. You're not playing. You're not living life. You're not taking chances. You're not going on adventures. You're not letting your innocence come out. You're so restrained. Life is meant to be lived. So what if you're backed up a couple months of rent? That doesn't mean that you can't go to a playground or go to the ocean and just act like a child for once and just run around, go for a jog. Carnelian is a wonderful card, a wonderful stone to wear if you have it. If you have it, this is very good for uplifting any lower emotions. Even if you feel a lower emotion, just wearing carnelian and allowing it to touch your skin for a couple hours, you will no longer feel low. Carnelian will raise your vibration. We also have aquamarine. You needing to communicate. You need to communicate. Everything in your life is about 75% perfect. And if you just express yourself and you communicate clearly, your life will be perfect by 100%. No, it's not too good to be true. And last but not least, we have lilac. Lilac, strengthening your faith. This is the color that you need to incorporate more in your life. It's a lavender purple. It's a soft purple. Being more compassionate towards yourself, not being so hard on yourself, not being so critical and judgmental of yourself. So let's go ahead and use these 3 cards now to do a healing on your energetic bruising, because a lot of people are suffering from hemorrhoids, candida overgrowth, digestive issues, inflammation, energetic and spiritual bruising from synthetic food that has been on the rise. Dear soul, mind, and body of my stomach, dear soul, mind, and body of my digestive system and my stomach lining, I love you, honor, and appreciate you. Please show everybody what foods they need to avoid to prevent further bruising. Is it sugar? Is it alcohol? Is it caffeine? Is it having energy drinks on an empty stomach? Alcohol that needs to be cut out? Bread? People who are gluten intolerant? Celiacs? We're going to use all these colors, these soft lavender, orange, and aquamarine. You can see there's 3. And they are caressing the mouth of your digestive tract. Filling it, infusing it with light. A crimson colored light that is almost see-through, starting all the way from the beginning and going around and around and around and around and all the way down. Setting up a little program system where you are reminded to communicate with your digestive system and not be fooled by unwanted bacteria or unwanted parasites trying to communicate with you to eat what you should not be eating. So you have a little system, a little radar system that says, nope, that's the negative parasite. Nope, that's the one we're going to eliminate. So that there is only healthy bacteria in our stomach. When we drink alcohol, it eliminates the healthy bacteria and allows the negative bacteria to overgrow. This causes fungus overgrowth. This causes yeast infection in women. This causes athlete's foot in men, as well as so many other issues associated with diabetes, especially now with so much synthetic sugars and synthetic fibers that are on the rise more than ever before. They are very, very clever at making these foods look real, and we have a system that lets us know if something is edible or not. So our digestive tract and our stomach right now is glowing this soft lavender glow, reminding you once again that everything that you put inside there is going to be there for 72 hours. So it is so important for us to take the time to be more conscious of what we're putting in there. Packaged foods, how can we decrease the amount of packaged foods? How can we just eliminate the packaged foods? Packaged foods, canned foods, are actually pretty high in causing energetic bruising in the stomach because of the processing process that has metals. There are so many nanofibers. That should not be in our foods. And we are disabling any further negative bacteria growth. And we go lower, 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 and we continue the purple glow towards the stomach. So now the whole digestive tract to the bottom of the stomach is glowing a soft purple. And every time that you want to visit this beautiful system, people in schools should be taught to have compassion to this system. Have you ever seen what the digestive, what the large intestine and the entire system looks like? You know, it goes around and around and around and around and around and around. It just goes around so much. And to think of just shoving things down there and expecting to feel good, expecting to feel energized, expecting to feel motivated by life is rather silly. So every time you are quiet, every time you are meditating in silence, you come and you revisit your digestive system, and you will see how your life will improve by simply being thoughtful. It takes 1 second to be thoughtful of what we are about to consume, where it came from, the energy of all that touched it. And it's okay if the first day your stomach might go into shock when you're trying to do a water only or a liquid only or a smoothie only or a broth only probiotic yogurt diet. The first 2 days, your stomach is going to go into shock. That's how it's going to feel, but it's actually not your stomach going into shock. It is the negative parasite and the negative entities that are basically dying because you're not giving them the negative things that they want. So you think you're the one who feels that way, but it's actually just the negative things dying. So once you get to about the 3rd day, your stomach will start shrinking, and you will no longer desire to have those things that you wanted, and if you do have them, you will be satisfied by a smaller amount. It's all about moderation. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Till next time. Bye.